Today is December 6th, 22. Okay, today I took my day program. We went on a long outing, and people followed us an hour and a half away. The one girl came and looked at the guy and said, "It's sick what's going on. It is what is going on." It was all them. They're just stealing money. He said it is. He said, "My dad's actually done going after he found out." You're right, he didn't know. Like the guy said, December 2nd. 22, Wendy's Alliance. It's been the one guy stealing all the funds from the case for a sale, and that's it, between 11 and 12:30. And everyone knew it, and no one told on him, and that's the only thing going on, is he's stealing all the money from the case. Okay? So, we are right. Okay? So, then I go to my second job. Okay? Because they embezzle my housing money, my free medical card, my living expenses, and then the income I was promised. They embezzled it and took it for themselves. They embezzled over $300,000 from this case over 4 years. They're thieves, and they're dangerous. They're fucking dangerous. They had stolen over $300,000 from the Informant Witness Protection Program. Okay? It's an agent that called me back. It's Michelle's. I went to go in Acme. There was a guy outside. He said, "That is her." He said, "I'm tired of it." And I go in, and somebody comes in and starts yelling crazy crap. Okay? You know, I need to just walk up to him and just, like, blow up at him. One of these days. That or follow them and get their plates and turn them into the police. Turn them into the police. These people, that agent that called me back is very dangerous. Somebody needs to get down here and arrest them. They said Michelle's mother showed up Memorial Day weekend 2019 at the food counter at Walmart 62 for it's my daughter. Her husband dates. He met her in Ravenna at a store. It's for my daughter. They did all this for, and our family watching her doing this. Like they said. November 6, 22 at Central Baptist at 10:30. The agent that called her back is the one that told on her the night before she called him back. An officer verified the one that looks like Judge Timothy Lulick from Portage County. He's actually a Stark County Sheriff. I seen him in uniform and in his vehicle. Okay? Went up there. The agent that called me back was stationed in the courthouse of Stark County in the task force. I lived in Portage County and Akron was over. So it should have went to Akron. Stark County should not have seen it until it was open. Even though FBI can work anywhere in the United States, they are limited where they can work until they're pulled. Okay? And then you can't work something with a conflict of interest for your daughter. And yeah. And John's kids, my oldest friend, his ex-wife, friends with Michelle, and then had the kids in Mean Game or Pretend. You know, on Thanksgiving of 18 for we're making everything up to Flora, and they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa and Grandma needs to get out. And they're Mean Games or Pretend. Okay? Last one, please verify. They watch Dixie on Federal Avenue. See that he could cover his ass so that he gets embezzled $300,000 for the Witness Protection Program in the former part. He opened that case so he could steal all the money. See, I never got a dime. You can't redirect it. You can't hold it. You can't do anything. Now, I've never been questioned with Miranda rights or wrongdoing. I've never even been questioned. I've never been prosecuted. I've never been found guilty because they made it all up. Like November 18, 22, Eric, he's one of their friends or family. Last in Walmart 62 by the hair salon, screaming out how it was his idea to come up to see if they taped her before, that they fell for, and it was all him and only him, and it was not me and it was him, full confession inside Walmart between 2 and 6 p.m. Okay. Then Saturday, December 3rd, outside McLean Center Street in North Canton, some girls out there screaming at that Michelle. No one will help out in this today because they said this the only thing's going on is you're stealing all the money from this case. Is that the truth? But all those tapes before you? Yes. She said, and if you don't tell anybody, I'll give you money. It is just you stealing the money from this case, isn't it? All those tapes before were you and not her. Yes, I'll give you money if you don't tell us. I'm 2 streets over. You're going to hear them screaming at each other. Full confession, my car's moved. Okay. November 24, 22, Mercy Medical. I was in the emergency room. The nurse walks out, and there's a lady there and said, "We all heard that Eric make fun of us mess. Okay. And they said, well, the agent that called her, bullied her into saying she was lying when she wasn't. Those men even ran experiments, and I told them none of this is funny. She better not have any permanent damage because of it. And I found out nobody's even ever said anything really bad about her. It's actually that bad. Well, I was talking to a sheriff I know, and he sort of made a mistake. He said, you know, in the formal report, they said how sick all this is, that those kids were willing to lie on her because she made them take 2 bites out of their food and actually try it. And they were willing to lie because that's the only reason why they didn't like her. They actually said it during the case, where my grandkids were so spoiled. My one set, they'd come in, and I would always make over food, way too much food, because I had 12 to 18 people. Well, they come in, even on a cookout, they'd want a hamburger, a piece of chicken, and a hot dog. Then they want mac and cheese, they want beans. They'd fill it like a man. Then they say, now you can throw it out. It's like you can at least try it. So I look at my son, you're going to take it home? No, you can throw it out. It's like, I looked at him and I said, you take 2 bites out of that before you go play. At least try it. And they looked at me and said, this is why we don't like you. They were that spoiled. I guess in the report, the investigator said that's how sick all this is. Those kids were willing to lie on her because she just told them to try their food. You know, my son Josh, his second wife, was a piece of work. Trying to get everything. She told a judge in Worcester he would sleep, rape Flora. Oh my God. Do you know how much that judge in Worcester entertained that? Not even for a moment. Looked at the lawyers and said, we'll have a guardian interview both parents and pick out which one's the best. Josh is custodial parent because she lied. Tried to use Flora as a weapon. Okay? And she has to pay child support. She can see her. She has visitation rights, but she's no longer over. My one friend, Keith, he used to live in an apartment, him and his wife. His first wife, went during the divorce, told the local police he would molest his kids, trying to get everything, because she was mad because they were divorcing. You know what the police did? They knocked on his door, talked to him for a minute, went, yeah, right. And that's as far as it went, because they realized they were being lied to. Didn't go any further. I was never questioned or wrongdoing or prosecuted because in police protected custody, like November 7, 21, they held out on Walmart 62. They found all the kids lying in 2018. They did. They were following everybody around. They found Melissa friends with Michelle. Then on Thanksgiving of 18, for the house wasn't meant for Grandma, it was meant for Auntie Shell and Papa, and Grandma needs to get out like man can again. If you didn't hear John's kids, right on the 3rd step up, Karen. Dave's girlfriend isn't Shell, it's Michelle. Then later on to Florida, they were making everything up. There was Maslin Police would put a documentary games of pretend. March of 19, somebody had just bumped into me. I pulled over an African-American officer, got on his walkie-talkie, told Bruce I'll take care of Karen while she's in town. Bruce was over the drug and gang unit. As the investigators refer to me as a victim of an occult that drugged her and tried to kill her before. We all know that. A victim of an occult that drugged her and tried to kill her before. The agent that called me back is running his own little scam. Do you realize Dave had just hit me with a board in the face? He shows up at the store and asks all those people to kill me. He's an FBI agent. What should he have done? Body slammed him to the ground and cuffed him. I said, where's your wife? He would have showed up, my mouth would have been bleeding. They could have got him for attempted murder and assault. And trying to hire assassins. But no. He's thinking another person we can scam the government out of federal funding. So they kick in my door. They start date rape drugging me. In line they had sodium pentothal reports and I guess photoshopping a shower scene. That's where they came up with a sick mean games to pretend they were laughing at. Giggle, giggle, giggle. Maslin Police documented me games to pretend. Pull Mount Carmel, Illinois. I can give you even my one client, October 5th, 21, Huntington Bacon, Cleveland Avenue by Fishers. I don't want Melissa getting no money out of this. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They didn't want anybody to help her. He's like, who's that crazy Melissa? They're all talking about lying. Like, the ex-daughter-in-law friends with ex's girlfriend. Had the kids make up a bunch of mean games to pretend in front of the police. He's like, she's nuts. I said, I know that. Even before October 23rd, 2019 in the case, rats him out laughing and giggling. She's like, of course that never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. It was games of pretend. Laughing think she was 7. She didn't know any better. Okay? 2 Stark County sheriffs were laughing at that girl. Just found out those kids were lying. He is slow. Oh, my whole family spoke highly of me. They even mentioned it from my client last year right for Christmas. Their whole family spoke highly of her before. It's really something. June 23rd to July 4th of 21, 2 investigators followed me around Walmart 62 by the Panel. What are these people talking about? Interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never heard anybody. October 2020, FedEx by the counter. They still have kids in the mail place. For we all know this woman's innocent. 3 investigators. All the police know I'm innocent. That's why nobody says a word. I don't think the agent that called me back is funny. He's very dangerous. He's extorting over $300,000 from the Witness Protection Program. I don't think him kicking in my door, date rape, drugging me, and photoshopping shower scenes is funny. And then setting off with his friend Eric and then mocking that these people fell for it. And then the mean games of pretending the sick mental illness stuff. The police have told people to stay out of this, that none of this is funny, and it's really sick what's going on. It's the agent that called me back, and one of the sheriffs I talked to wanted to know if the police are slow in my area. They should have arrested that agent a long time ago. And everybody else involved and nipped us. Because the first time you break the law, you lose your badge. They swear their life over the Constitution. The right to privacy, right to remain quiet, right to a fair court trial, bail and bond, and a right not to be mistreated. And the freedom of speech. They try to lie on the Portage County Sheriff's up there. I went up and confronted them. And they said, Miss Hall, we were never in your home before. Nor did we have knowledge of anybody being in your home. That would be illegal. And I said, it's the 4th Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. It's the 4th Amendment. It's legal search and seizure. It's entrapment. It's 5 years. And he's like, yes. Nor do we know anybody being in your home outside a protected life case, and that would be illegal to look or listen. And just like Officer Ryan Lewis, the same thing. To tell Will took your statement and agreed to protect you. There's nothing else but protected life cases to be in somebody's home. It'd be illegal to look or listen. That's why that officer had to talk to Dave. And then you can't work a conflict of interest. It's 1 to 10, and then $10 million fine, and then 1 to 10 for every constitutional right broke. FBI agents swear their life over the Constitution. Yeah. And on top of it, all the police know I'm innocent. That's why nobody says a word, ever. And they know I'll know about the shower scene in the other room to make me look weird. And over 10 people telling on him, them confessing in front of the police. And people already knowing of it. And then the drugs and told to say stuff. They're not funny, and he's highly, highly dangerous. And the FBI does need to get down here and get a hold of this. Like they said, December 2nd in Wendy's in Alliance. That's the one that church tried to have killed. And the guy said, I heard she has never got a dime out. He said, no, she's always worked for everything. It's that one man from the case stealing everything for herself. That's the only thing going on, and everyone knew it. And nobody said a word, and it's just him stealing everything from this case. Inside Wendy's in Alliance. My phone's bugged. Michelle admitted it December 3rd outside my client's Hunter Gray Street. Some girl was screaming at her. All the tapes before, were you guys and you're just stealing money from this case? Yes. No one will help out because I said you're just stealing the money from the case. Yes. If you don't tell anybody, I'll give you money. And she's confessing like crazy in my car's bugged. December 3rd, 22. All this happened last week and they're still at it. He's very dangerous. And somebody needs to get a hold of this and get somebody else from out of this area